Back in the day, when Trudeau first introduced the idea of offering services to our French compatriots within the federal government system, I, and I have a feeling many other English Canadians, thought it was a great idea and a fair thing to do. I have a feeling there was a sense of, yes, we had done some wrong to some degree at some point in our Canadian history, and we're willing to own up to it and do something like this to show we understand and prove that we care, and some way to give back, so to speak. English should be the only official language in Canada, and just like Louise Baudouin so eloquently points out, there has to be a common language in a country, she says.
There has to be a common language in a country, and so it's French or English. Well, I think that when you're 82% of the population, the majority wants it to be French.
Of course, she's mistakenly referring to the province of Quebec as a country. However, she goes on to say, well, I think that when you're 82% of the population, the majority wants it to be French. Speaking of the province of Quebec yet again. Well, I say, sure, okay, then the same thing applies to Canada, the actual country, that is, in this equation. When you're 82% of the population, then the majority, English, wants it to be English. Why should we cater to you and your type when you feel you don't have to cater to anyone yourselves? Somehow, that sense of good nature and that kind-hearted offering on our part was twisted around and taken advantage of to a great degree, somewhat to the point where we now have a system whereby a majority of 80% English-speaking people of this country cannot even begin to contemplate the idea of running to be the Prime Minister of this great country. I don't quite understand that. Somehow our original kindness and willingness to bend a little bit has been taken advantage of to the degree that it's beyond acceptable at this point.
Do you know, do you know, do you know, and 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 do you know, do you know,